Are you considering moving to the beautiful Tampa Bay area, but not sure if you can afford it? Well, in today's video, we are going to talk all about the cost of living in Tampa, where I'm going to give you all of the cold, hard facts. Well, probably just hard facts because nothing's really ever cold here. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Jessica Johnson, your favorite local realtor right here in the Tampa area. As promised, let's get into the nitty-gritty and talk all things cost of living in Tampa. So in my unbiased opinion, Tampa is one of the most appealing cities in Florida. It's beautiful, first of all. There's a rich history and culture, especially if you look into the Ybor area of Tampa. A ton of stuff to do if y'all have young kiddos or even older kiddos or just yourselves as adults. There's a ton of stuff to do, and I'll make a whole nother video on stuff to do in Tampa later. So make sure you click subscribe so you don't miss out on that. It's also amazing weather. We get about 250 days a year of sunshine. Y'all, 250 days a year. The sun is out. It's amazing. Who wouldn't want to live here? That being said, is it expensive? Is it affordable? I think you might be surprised. Let's first talk housing. So overall, in general, the cost of living in Tampa is actually about 5% lower than the national average. So in general, it costs less to live in Tampa. No brainer, right, y'all? Housing is 11% lower than the national average. The median home price right now is about $350,000. So property taxes, obviously come along with homeownership, are right at about 1.02%, which again is lower than the national average. Rent is kind of pricey, I'll be honest with you on that one. You can expect to pay about $1,400 a month for a one-bedroom apartment, which is obviously unfurnished as well. That being said, utilities are 2% lower than the national average. So you're looking at about $200 a month for utilities, and that's going to depend, of course, it's give or take. It's going to depend if you are like my husband, where you like the house to be frigid and feel like you're living in an igloo, or if you're more like myself and you like it a little bit more comfortable and a little bit warmer in the house. I mean, I am a Florida girl at heart, born and raised in Tampa. I like it warm. Groceries are one area where we are actually above the national average. So we are about 4.5% higher than the national average for groceries. So single adult with no kids, because y'all, we know those kids eat up those grocery budgets, no pun intended. A single adult, no kids, can expect to spend around $3,400 a year on groceries. Meanwhile, a family of 4, 2 kiddos, I've got 2 young kiddos, I know this, you're looking at about $10,000 a year on groceries. Again, give or take, it depends on if you shop a discount grocer or an organic high-end grocer. That can obviously go up or down depending on your style of living and your preferences. Speaking of children, let's talk childcare. Now, if you have kiddos in full-time daycare, you know this is not cheap no matter where you live. In Tampa, on average, you can expect to pay $800 to $1,000 a month on average for one kid per month for full-time childcare. Now, personally, we have 2 toddlers in full-time childcare. Y'all, I know the pain of writing that check every month, and I'm sure it's the same no matter where you live, but that's currently where it is here in the Tampa area. No fun at all. Transportation. Now, one thing in Tampa, we don't have a whole lot of public transportation. So you can expect to spend about $5,000 to $10,000 a year on transportation, mainly depending on obviously the kind of car you drive, maintenance, all of that stuff. One thing I would say is invest in a Sun Pass, which is for the toll system. It's cheaper. You don't have to worry about it. It auto loads money onto it every time you get low. So definitely invest in a Sun Pass. That is definitely my little bit of information there. Entertainment. You can visit, there's a ton of museums that are fairly inexpensive. Most of our stuff around here, y'all, you can get like an annual pass for. The zoo. We have the Tampa Aquarium. There's also the Clearwater Aquarium right outside of Tampa. That's definitely worth looking into. A lot of these things you can get an annual membership for, and it's really inexpensive. Other things are, we have a ton of parks, large parks that you can go to totally free, places you can rent canoes, kayaks, go to the beach, that's free. You don't have to pay for the beach, although you will pay for parking, but the beach itself, totally free. So there's lots to do for entertainment to keep that cost down for you. The average salary right now in the Tampa, Florida area is $65,000 a year. So there are some excellent employers in the area. So if you are thinking of relocating and don't have a job transfer or don't have a job in mind, some good companies to look into that are kind of the main sources of employment around here would be obviously the Air Force Base. Public supermarkets are big. Baycare Health Systems is huge. Hillsborough County School District, not only just for teachers, but obviously admin and support as well. And USF employs a ton of people too. So those are some things to look into in terms of employment if you're wanting to relocate. So family of four has an estimated monthly cost of about $5,200 overall. Again, can go up or down depending on your lifestyle and some things you enjoy doing. A couple of other things to consider cost-wise is that Florida has no state income tax. Yes, you heard that correctly. We're one of, I believe, only 6 states that does not have state income tax. So hearing that, you might think, oh, well, sales tax has got to be through the roof because they have to make up for it somewhere. And actually, it's not. Florida state sales tax is 6% right now. And then Hillsborough County, which is where Tampa is mainly composed of, is going to be 2.5%. So overall, you're paying about 8.5%. And again, things like food, necessities don't get taxed. It may sound high, but we actually rank 22nd of the highest nationwide. So even though we don't have any state income tax, we're right in the middle for average sales tax as well. So that's kind of a rundown on cost of living and affordability here in beautiful Tampa Bay, Florida. Please go ahead and like this video. Click subscribe so that you don't miss out on any of my great upcoming videos.